All right, we are ready to get started on drawing out this third variation on the Y pattern. Anyway, so okay, we're going to start like we have been. We're going to have our vertical lines, and then we're going to use our template and draw the lines. So I'm putting it where the 90-60 is on the vertical line, and then I'm drawing where it says 60 to there, there, and there. All right, so I drew that like that, just to that line. Take the template away, and then I measured from here to here. I marked that on each one of these and drew the rest of those triangles. Now I'm going to draw, or not triangles, diamonds, squishy diamonds. So now we're going to draw some more, and I kind of have these lightly drawn in so I can quickly do them. And we'll do a couple of rows. Normally on the egg I start with the first row of diamonds being in the middle, kind of where the equator was. I don't draw the equator, but I do mark it off. So that's getting this started. And on my egg that I'll show you here in a minute, I've drawn that very lightly. So like normally I would start on the equator, and then I draw a row of diamonds above, and then I draw one below, and just kind of build up from there. Okay. Now, this pattern is different. It looks more like a basket weave. What you're going to do is you're going to pick one of them in the middle. And I'm going to call this one the middle. And you're going to draw, so this will be where the wax will go. But I'm going to show you the egg in a minute, and I drew it with pencil, but this is how you'll do the wax. So you go here, you go on either side of that line. And you're going to go let's see, and then you're going to go on either side of this line and this line. All right, so there's one. Let's draw another one up here. So this one up here is going to go here. I very much encourage you to draw these with the pencil first. Oops, it shouldn't be on that line. It should be on either side of it. I kind of messed that one up. So I'll draw a row of those going up. Then we're going to come over here on the next one, and this one is going to go here. So then those will meet up, and then it's going to go like that. So it'll be like that. And then if I did this one, it's going to be here like this. Oops, I did that one too big, because this one will come down here like this. So you're going to end up with this, like I'm calling it a basket weave pattern that kind of has these open areas in it. So when I put color on the egg, I'm going to put color in this area. And my friend Nina gave me the idea of doing something ombre. And then these areas here, I'm going to leave white. That's my plan at this point. So let me show you the egg. I've drawn my vertical lines. Again, I divided this one. There are, if you count from the top going down, there's 16 vertical lines, or there's 8 lines going all the way around. I drew my diamonds all the way up to the top and all the way down to the bottom. And I don't know, you can kind of see that on the video. I'm drawing them lightly. So now here's where I start drawing the pattern. So I'm going to draw here. It's going to go to that line, the 60-degree line, and then it's going to come out. And what you're going to run into here is it's not going to be nice and perfect. Not that what I was drawing on the paper was perfect. It's going to be a little different because you're on the curved surface. So again, here's the blue line. That's the vertical line. I'm drawing on either side of it. And then I'm coming down. And then when I draw where the lines are supposed to touch, then I come back and I fix it up there. So here's another one. I'm going to draw over here. So it's going to come down. So then that one will come over more. So on this one, rather than drawing the little upside down Y's inside of each of these triangles, I'm actually kind of outlining it. So here would go here, and here. This would go here. Oops. Go there. Another way that you can draw this out is to draw all of these. You could draw all of those first, if that's helpful for you. I would really encourage you to draw this out on paper first. Just to kind of get the feel for how you draw it. And easy. All right. So that is what is going to go all over the egg. I will plug it. And then I'm not using black. I'm going to use a different color. And then I'm going to do an ombre effect where I'm going to start light and go down. So I will draw all these lines. I will dye it the dark color. I will wax all these lines that I have drawn. Then I will wash and or etch it back to the white. I will probably, what my plan is right now is I'm going to wax all the white parts so that as I'm doing this ombre, which is going to be done more with paintbrush and less with dipping, I won't have to worry about the white parts. And then I won't have to, wax in between all these areas. That's my plan right now. So when I come back, we'll see how well my plan worked. All right. This one, for me, is a little more challenging than the other ones because I'm not drawing on the lines, I'm drawing around the lines. So I'm loving it, the way it looks, but I'm very challenged. I'm having to go very, very slowly as I draw these lines. So I can't wait to show you what it looks like when I get to the next point. You can tell I have been dyeing eggs. There is dye all over my workspace. One of these days, I'll remember to put gloves on, especially when I use the blue, but that day is not today. So I'm going to tell you where I'm at with this egg. I have dipped it in the royal blue for 3 minutes. Let it dry for half an hour. I've dipped it back in the royal blue for 3 minutes. I like the color, but I want it to be just a shade darker because I intend to use the royal blue in the ombre effect. So I need this to be just a little bit darker. So I'm going to show you how I achieve a slightly darker shade. Now these are Ukrainian gift shop colors. Again, I did the royal blue, 3 minutes, let it dry for half an hour, another 3 minutes, is now dried for another half hour. So now this is the black, and I am going to dip it in the black. And when I say dip, I mean it's going to go in and come right back out. So here is the color now. You can kind of see that, okay? So I'm just going to use this one that has the blue on it because I do want to keep kind of the blue, so if some of the blue gets on the black, that'll be okay. Normally I kind of keep the colors separated so they don't bleed onto one another, but this is a special case. Okay, I'm getting my spoon ready. Egg is plugged. Okay, ready, in and out. See, I told you it was just a very quick dip. But look at this color. It's gorgeous. I mean, I love this color. It is so cool. Okay. It's a little, okay, I'm going to get the wet. Okay. Yeah. It's because I did the dip in and out and then it sat in it for a couple seconds on the one side. It's not incredibly even. Maybe we'll do to kind of even it out a little bit. All right, so there we go. That looks pretty even. We'll let this dry, and then we will start putting the wax on it. I'm so excited. Okay, here's where it's at right now. I waxed all of the dark blue lines. Then I washed it off using a little Dawn dish soap. And then I gave it a little bit of an etch because that took off, the Dawn took off most of the dye, but not all of it. So I put it in the cleaning vinegar for 1 minute. I've got this white color. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm going to let this rest because Egg's been through a lot right now. It needs a little break. What I'm going to do next is come in and these areas, like right here, like this triangle, or yeah, this, I'm going to wax all of that because I want that to be white. And then I'll start doing the ombre effect. I have some ideas on how I'm doing that. I'll share them with you when I get to that point. But right now, super excited. The top looks pretty cool. Okay. Stay tuned. Next steps are coming up. So here we have it. When it's not done. I dyed it the dark blue, waxed the lines, washed it. Well, this looks kind of silvery. That's actually the wax on top of the areas I wanted to stay white. I've now dyed it in the very light blue. So this is a package of it's a jar of the prepared light blue dye from Ukrainian gift shop. Out of that, I take 1 tablespoon, 1 cup of water, and 1 tablespoon of vinegar. And that makes this it's like a robin's egg blue. I decided I was going to use this as kind of an like an underpainting, maybe. We'll see what happens. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. This is all new territory for me. Big experiment. I'm probably going to lighten it up just a little bit, but not a lot at the top. And then I'll be painting on blue and royal blue and darker blue colors as I go down to get kind of an ombre effect. That's my plan. Let's see what happens. So I'm working on the ombre effect. You can see it better in person than on camera. but just tell you what I've done, and I'm still working on it. So I dyed it, the whole egg, in the very light blue. Then I took my paintbrush, I put it in just some water, and I kind of lightened up the top area a little bit. Like that. And then I started adding my concentrated very light blue. And what I found was, well, I'll show you the lightening. So, okay, so let's say I want to get this area a little lighter. I just kind of put some water on it, and then I found it was best to kind of brush with the tissue the direction I wanted it to go. And this is an exercise in patience, because it's like, it's too light, it's too dark, it's too light, it's too dark. Down here on the bottom, I use this concentrated dye and a little bit of black to get it very dark. And then I was trying to get this a little bit darker, show you what I did. So I put it on with the paintbrush, and then I kind of brush it that way. I shouldn't say brush, I wipe that way. And then if I think it went too much, then I rinse it off and pull it down. So I've been working on this. I work on it, and then I set it aside, I let it dry, and then I work on it a little bit more. Again, this is taking some time and some patience to get the ombre effect. And it really, it's amazing. It shows up a lot more variation in person than it is on the camera. Anyway, that is how I am doing this with the concentrated dye, water, just kind of keep working at it. I was initially trying to get it to be very even all the way across. I'm still kind of trying to do that, but that is proving to be more challenging than I had expected. But I'm still working on it. I'll keep working on that, and then take the wax off. One of the things with this type pattern and the other two, there's a lot of wax on this egg. So I will be doing this one also in the oven. Gonna keep working on it and come back and show you the final photos. I'm pretty excited about the way this one has turned out. All right, right out of the oven. Here it is. Oh, it just turned out so cool. And again, the variation in color shows up a little better in person than it is here on the screen, but I'm very happy with it. It has been a lot of fun to do these 3 different type patterns. I have some ideas that I would like to try and do on some different eggs and maybe some different color combinations that I will be doing that, and hopefully get those eggs up on my website or Etsy at some point in the future. Not exactly sure when. But what I have to work on next is I'm in an egg exchange, and I have a new book. So in my next video, I'm going to share this new book that I got and how that is inspiring me for the egg exchange. But for right now, I'm going to get this varnished, show you some close-up shots of the egg, and put down some new tissue paper, because this one got a lot of love during the process of making these 3 eggs. So stay tuned for the next video. We'll be starting a new project then. But thanks for following along as we did these 3 eggs.